Today we are going to talk about adapting to a new environment for immigrants. When I first came to Cornell, I arrived at the apartment I'm going to live for next year very, very late. Thus, my landlord just dropped the key in the mailbox and gave me the combination for me to open it. At that time, I took a huge suitcase full of stuffs from Taiwan. I was exhausted by a 5-hour bus ride and almost 20 hours flight. I imagined opening a mailbox shouldn't be something very hard. And obviously I was wrong. I spent more than 10 minutes dealing with the weird design of the lock. Luckily, two Taiwanese seniors were with me. With their help, we finally opened up the mailbox and got a key to my apartment. I wanted to start with this story because this moment was the moment I felt life was not as easy as I thought. There were more things out of the blue. Before I came to the States, I thought everything in the States will be very well designed and high technology. While when I looked at the lock of my mailbox, I was convinced that I was completely wrong. It was a kind of a design that you have to turn few turns to the left and then turn right to the first number, then turn left to the second number, then turn right again past the first number to the third number. If you didn't align the line with the arrow precisely, you couldn't open the lock. I once thought that everything should be like a touch screen or fingerprint recognition system in the States. was still something more easy to overcome. There are a lot more things that that are more difficult to adapted to. First, language obvious is a barrier that you have to cross over. However, that usually only happened at the beginning stage. Gradually, I found language was not a huge problem anymore. There are some things more difficult to detect and thus more difficult to adjust to. Those subtle things, I would call it as culture. If you are also a foreigner just coming to the States, you will probably find the same thing I find. That is, it is much more difficult to make friends with Americans than make friends with other internationals. I found it is relatively easier to make friends with Asians. You would say it is probably because language, but I think that's more than that. I could easily make friends with other Asians that speak different language from me. The reason is very simple, because we share very similar cultures. Especially Eastern Asians. We tend to be more polite, and we tend to ask some questions to express our greeting to others that Americans feel uncomfortable to ask or answer. We also sometimes we also enjoy inviting friends to our house for dinner, and next time we'll go to another friend's house for dinner. We treat each other. We take turns treat each others. While Americans generally prefer splitting the money each time.